Hey, it's Rachel from the Life Facilitator, and I am doing a setup of my Traveler's Notebook for April using the Up and Away Cocoa Daisy planner kit um, and the dashboards and the printables. This has been kind of my format for setting up my traveler's notebooks for a while, is using the planner kit, the dashboards, and printables, and that's been working really well for me. I have decided to combine my personal on-the-go planner and slash wallet into my wellness planner. So it's all going to be in one place inside this Webster's Pages Color Crush notebook, Traveler's Notebook. And then this month I'm using clear dashboards or clear covers from the 1407 planners. And I've decided to do this just because I think I really like these clear covers, but I also really like that they protect the insert and also give the insert a little bit more structure, I guess would be the right word for that. So here I'm cutting down the first paper that I'm going to use, and I'm just cutting um, the top and the side, and it will slip into the clear cover, and it is a tight fit, but I like it that way. That's how I want it to fit inside these covers. So I do struggle a little bit getting both the front and back in, but eventually it goes in. Also, not really sure why I'm doing this, because I do end up taking it out because I'm gonna decorate it. I think I was just making sure it was the right size, and it is. Um, so that now that I have the paper size correct, I'm going to use the same paper size to cut my other insert cover. And you'll see too, I use pretty much every scrap, every piece of paper that I trim um, from this kit. So anything that gets trimmed, any paper that gets cut, I use it. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually cutting squares or rectangles to use in my classic size Happy Planner, and to use in that first insert which I showed, and that insert was from Everyday Explorers. It's a vertical weekly insert, hourly weekly insert, and I'll show it more at the end as well. Um, so here I am actually measuring to make sure I have the right size, and it's about 1.25 inches, the vertical boxes, and so that's what I'm measuring here. So for this setup, I really wanted to demonstrate that you know, when you have little paper scraps, they can be part of your setup and part of your decoration. So don't throw those away. There's plenty of opportunities to use them. Here I'm showing that I could have used that strip there, but I end up using it elsewhere. So my format has been paper cover and then one of the personal size dashboards on top of it. That's sort of what has been my go-to the last couple months for this planner setup, and I've been really liking the personal size dashboard on the standard size Traveler's Notebook cover. I think it looks really nice because then you get a little more of the pattern paper in the background. Here I'm building like a rain shower with these raindrop enamel dots, and I just thought it'd be fun to do like a little, April showers bring Mayflowers deal on the front. And speaking of flowers, I'm going to grab the flowers that came with the die cuts this month in the planner kit, and I'm going to build a little cluster of flowers on the bottom of the dashboard. Um, and what am I doing here? Oh, I had an idea to add the labels to the dashboard to show which insert this was for. I do eventually remove those. So I'm using a glue pen to um, adhere the flowers down, and yeah, this dashboard came together pretty quickly, and really like how it turned out. I will do a little bit more, just sort of finishing, I guess. And this is the washi that came in the kit, the planner kit this month. It's really pretty. It's a really fun little, like fun rainbow swirl. And something I tend to do with my insert, the insert covers, is I do outline them in Sharpie. Um, but for this one, I'm doing sort of like a stitched outline, um, and just to give some extra dimension to the cover. And there we have it, all done. So this is the cover for the wellness part of my planner. And I typically use one of the monthly dashboards for the wellness section, because that is all in, it'll be all of my April wellness will be in that one insert. So I like to use the month, the dashboards that have the month on it, to cover this insert. And here I'm just trying to get it in correctly, and there it is, looks lovely. And then slip it in front of my insert. And then I don't decorate. I thought about decorating the cover and I decided to leave it. I may go back and decorate it later, but for now I'm just leaving the cover as is. Here's the second cover. So again, this is going to be for my kind of like personal on-the-go planner, though I'm not going very many places these days. um, and I've been using a Daisy Weeks booklet, but my booklet is up. It finished in March, and so I felt like this was a good opportunity to just transition to um, the standard size Traveler's Notebook. I already had this Everyday Explorers insert, and I started using it last summer. It's undated, and so I decided to pick it up again just because I thought it'd be um, fun to play around in it this month. So here I am actually adding those strips of paper to the top of the dashboard, and I punch out some of the packaging. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll see I do tend to I tend to see the packaging as its own decorative like option, and so I do use the packaging pretty frequently as backgrounds or as bookmarks or all sorts of things. So I'm creating another flower cluster on the bottom, and then stapling, just adding a staple to the top just because I thought it'd be fun. And then I'm outlining um, the dashboard part of the cover, again to help it pop off the page a little bit, and then adding a few little doodles as well. And this insert is almost, oh, I think I do end up using a couple of the little dot stickers, but just because I often don't use those little dot stickers in my actual planning, so I don't mind using them as decorative elements on the dashboard. And yeah, so now I'm going to add it back into the clear cover. And again, struggle just a little bit to get it in there, but I do eventually get it in there. Um, and yeah, again, so these covers are from the 1407 planners, and you get 2 in a pack, which is really nice. Now I'm going to slip it back over my insert. And now I'm going to work on the pockets. And I'm pulling kind of everything out. So the printables, the extra dashboards, the die cuts, all sorts of things. And I will pull a little bit from everything to fill these pockets. Um, I think the printables um, uh, are really great to use for the decorative elements, especially if you print the printables on just kind of regular paper. They won't bulk up the pockets the way that sometimes die cuts do when you use die cuts. Um, Here I'm just ripping the paper because I wanted a unfinished edge. Um, and because it's a printable, I can print it out again if I want to use it for something and as an actual notes page, which I do end up doing later on. Um, I love filling pockets. I think it's so fun. And I love using the little tabs because I always have a few extra tabs that I don't end up using. So I like putting those in the pocket and just kind of fiddling and adding things as I like them. I do end up putting quite a few of the air balloons in the pockets. I'm not like a big hot air balloon person, but I liked how they peeked out of the pockets. And then later I realized it looked like the hot air balloons were sort of like floating with all of these like cloud elements. So I dug it. I like it. I think it's really cute. Um, oh, this is a trick that I did not come up with, but I am just very lightly adhering these elements into the pocket. So I'm using washi to basically just secure them in the pocket. I think I got this idea probably from Leo Konkar, um, but it's just a great way to make sure that the little elements in your pockets don't move around. Just use a little bit of washi, and then that way they're not permanently in the pockets either. Um, so I've had great success with just a little bit of washi um, on the back of the element, and they stay in the pockets really well. And just finishing up those cute pockets. I'm going to add a little bit of washi, the extra washi, just to a couple of the elements to get a little more color going. And then I'm going to use the packaging once again. First, I'm going to adhere the pen loop, and I'm going to adhere it to the clear wallet insert that I have. I think I actually have decided I'm going to move this pen holder to my classic Happy Planner because I already have a pen loop. The Webster's Pages Traveler's Notebook comes with a pen loop, and I typically don't need two pen loops, so I think I might remove it and add it to my Happy Planner. So I'm going to decorate the little card pockets in this plastic insert. And again, I'm using the packaging, I'm using the printables, I'm just adding a little bit of decoration, nothing fancy, really just some color. And um, I do this for two reasons. One, it's cute, let's be honest. And two, if when I do put my cards, my credit cards in these pockets, um, it helps to conceal the cards, which is nice. So if I'm doing a flip through of this planner, or if I have it out for whatever reason, my cards, the like card information is protected. Um, I decided to use one of the pocket cards with a quote. Again, this is from the printables, and I'm just trimming it down so that it will fit in the pocket. And maybe, yep, yay, it fits. All right, so I decided to use this long April. I think it's meant to be a bookmark, but I'm using it to decorate the back of that clear wallet insert, or clear. It's PVC. I should call it what it is. It's a PVC insert. Um, and yeah, so most of the sort of non-functional decoration is done, and uh, the decorative decoration, or we could just call it decoration. Most of the decoration is done. I'm going to add some of the sticky notes to the inside of the clear cover, which is a real benefit of these clear covers, is they also then act as dashboards for sticky notes. I'm going to put all of the rest of the die cuts in this little pocket so that they're with the planner. And then I'll add the stickers as well. And I'm showing here again that that I've cut up some of these papers to use as like decorative boxes for the Traveler's Notebook. And I'm going to add, the big sticker sheet will end up going in my Happy Planner because that is where I use these stickers. I'm more likely to use them in my Happy Planner than in this planner, so that will move to my Happy Planner. I'm going to add a couple of the notepad sheets, and I'm also going to make a washi card, and I'll do that a little bit later. I had some old sticky notes that I moved to my fitness planner. Yeah, and here's me creating my washi card, and just adding clear packing tape so that the washi doesn't stick to the back of the packaging. And I add the washi from the planner kit, but I will eventually add more, probably the other washi that came in my other Cocoa Daisy kits this month, and I'll stick that in one of the little pockets. And I'm gonna struggle to figure out what to do with this little patch, and then eventually add it to in the inside of the wallet pocket. And I think about adding something to that section, but I'll fix it later. All right, so part 2 of this setup is actually setting up my month, or the decorations for the month and the weeks for the Everyday Explorers insert. And here is where I take full advantage of all those little strips of paper that I had from the covers that I trimmed out. And so I'm going to add a bunch of the little washi strips to the bottom of the monthly page. And I'm going to stagger their alignment just so they're a little not perfectly aligned. And I really like how this turned out. It's really fun. Sometimes I think with monthly pages, if there's blank space, it's sometimes hard to know what to do with the blank space. You could write notes, but I write notes everywhere else. I rarely use my monthly for, jotting down notes. And so it's a perfect opportunity to try and play around with some decoration, which is exactly what I did. So I have the top part of the monthly set up, and I'm going to add one of the sticker tabs from the sticker sheet to the left side of the page. And I really like these sticker tabs because they're not bulky. This insert has like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 written on it, and I will end up covering all of that up. So my camera turned off, and so now I'm just showing you what I had done when my camera had turned off, which is to add different strips of paper along the top, so that each week color is different. The paper strip on the top is different. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm continuing to add little paper strips to the top of the week. so that each week for April has a different color swatch on the top of the week. Because I think with inserts like this, it's easy to get kind of, because the weeks always look the same, sometimes you can kind of get lost in the insert of like, what week am I on? So it's helpful to have something that delineates the different weeks. Counting how many I still need to do, and I'll do a few more. That's the one paper that I didn't end up using for the covers. And I will be honest and say it's because I feel like I'm kind of saving it. I just loved the rainbow part of it. And the banner side, yeah, I really liked the rainbow side, so I know I will end up using it somewhere. And so I cut like the smallest little strip of it because I needed a little more paper. And then I'll go back to the printables, and actually I will print some more of the printables. Oh, no, sorry. Take that back. I will use one of the A5 dashboards. So if you notice, I haven't used any of the A5 dashboards yet. And that's partly because I will be using these dashboards more in my Happy Planner setup. But I am going to use this April dashboard to create a like landing page for the weekly section of this planner. So it's going to have the April dashboard on it, and then I'm going to cover the other side of the page with one of the printable notes sheets. It's the A5 size, but I basically just cut it down to size. So I print it at A5 size, and I go ahead and cut it. Oh, did you see I almost put the dashboard on upside down? Yeah, that would have been bad. I'm glad I caught myself. So yeah, so I'm going to go and actually, I'm going to try to use the personal size. I know there's a standard size one, but this is what I had in front of me, and so I thought I would try to use this. I didn't like it, so I will actually go and print there it is, another A5 notes sheet. And you'll see this is A5 size, but I just trim off some of the side to make it standard size, which that looks much better. I mean, looks like it was made to be there. So I'm going to adhere it down, and that will be it for this setup. And at the end here, I'll actually go and walk through my entire setup so you can see kind of what the final version of this whole setup, including my wellness planner, looks like. Okay, here's the final setup for my wellness planner. And I'm just going to walk through it. And I did add a few things that I will share as I go through. So again, this is a Webster's Pages Traveler's Notebook. I believe the color is Jade. And if it's still available, I will link it in this video. Here are my pockets, so cute. And again, I'm using clear covers from the 1407 planners, and I do know those are available, and I will link that. Here is a look at the first dashboard and the pocket insert. So most of the rest of the planner kit is in here in this pocket so that I can use it with this planner setup. This is, as I mentioned in the video, this is my on-the-go planner, even though I'm not really going anywhere as of late. But I'm setting it up as I would an on-the-go planner. So here's the final look at April, the monthly, and I will add in the dates and whatnot. Here's the dashboard page that I made. So I used one of the A5 dashboards. And then this will just be kind of a running to-do list for the month, brain dump type deal. And I like adding this in all my planner setups. Each week has a different pattern across the top. This is really honestly to help me differentiate the weeks, because the layout is the same. It helps to have something that differentiates the weeks. And so, and I have all the months of April there, and that's that. And then the back cover will have cards, my credit cards in it, because this will also be my wallet. And the back cover, this is part of the printables, as you saw, as I was setting up. The notebook in between is just a lined notebook. I like having this just in case, and it matched perfectly with everything from this kit. And it also is separating the clear dashboards, which when they're put together, they stick together. So it's nice having something in between that's can keep them separated. Here's the actual wellness planner, and I'll show you, I've used every single page of this Daisy Dory. So obviously I have the calendar in the front. My April goals will go here. And these goals are related to wellness. So body, mind, health and wellness. I have set up all of the weeks for the food and fitness tracking. And I should mention, I took the labels and added those, and those were I took a page from the labels that come with the kit and decided that would be my labels for each week. And yep, so that's all of the weeks of April for food and fitness, and notes being like how I'm feeling. This page I'm going to use for my favorite Instagram posts. It doesn't necessarily relate to wellness, although to me creativity is part of being healthy, and so I figured this would be a good page to put it. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 little squares. So my thought is I'll probably use the 12 posts that I do. I typically do somewhere around 12 of the challenge posts. I wish I was better at doing all of them, but I just haven't done all of them. So that's probably what will go here, but it's all set up and ready to go, and all I have to do is print the photos and put them in. This page is going, spring cleaning, that's right. So my spring cleaning goal is actually destashing planner and craft supplies. And so I'm going to put all my notes about that here. This is my habit tracker, which is skeleton of it is set up and ready to go. I'm going to go back to spending tracking, and the label says budget tracking, but really it's just what I'm spending. So that's on this side. I use the printable, the dot grid printable to help me make my chart. And then I actually used the stickers from the sticker sheet that are meant to be sort of like functional stickers. I'm just using them as decorative stickers, and I like how that turned out. And then my wish list over here. And then next is, I do have an extra page. I think my thought was, so as you can see, I put everything on sticky notes. Okay, so I have one page that I haven't decided what to do with, but I think it will likely be my sort of like highlights of my achievements wellness-wise for the month, or I thought about doing a mood board for April. Oh, I think I might do a mood board. I'm going to write that down. Wait, I have sticky notes literally everywhere in this planner. So I'm going to grab one of these sticky notes. And I'm going to put that here. So here we're going to put mood board. and maybe like quotes to keep me motivated. Cool. All right, good. So that's done. And then my daily download section, which I've been doing for a couple months, which is achievements for the day and things I'm grateful for. And all I have to do is go in and actually date it, which I will do later. But I follow the layout as is, so nothing changes there. And then the last page I'm using for a currently page. So things I'm enjoying, things I'm reading, maybe things I'm listening to. And that will be my currently page. So every page got used. I'm really excited about that. And then here's the back. I added some of the notepads, and I sort of, and it's not adhered, but kept it from popping out by just putting a paper clip on top. I have the gorgeous pen, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed setting up this planner with me. This is part one-ish of the month of how I'm using my Cocoa Daisy kits. So stay tuned for more in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.